Guys, big breaking news coming out. The Pentagon cleared giving Ukraine long-range Tomahawk missiles, leaving final decision to the US president. Wow, so this is a big breaking news coming out right now. The Pentagon has given the White House the green light to provide Ukraine with BGM-109 Tomahawk land strike cruise missiles with a range of over 1,000 miles after determining it will not negatively impact U.S. munition stockpiles, leaving the final decision regarding the transfer in President Trump's hands, according to 3 American and European officials familiar with the matter who spoke with the news. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Tomahawk, yeah, it's not looking good. But the question is, will Donald send these Tomahawk? We're going to find out, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support, guys. So Neptune missile struck Russian energy infrastructure, oil refineries, Ukraine confirms. The Ukrainian military continues to demonstrate that no enemy rear is safe. Ukraine's Navy on Telegram. Wow. All right, so they're firing some very powerful missiles, and it seems like they might possibly get those Tomahawk. All right, so the Pentagon has given the White House the green light to provide Ukraine with long-range Tomahawk missiles. Once again, after assessing that it will not negatively impact U.S. stockpiles, leaving the final political decision in the U.S. Commander-in-Chief hands. So, again, Trump said that it would impact our inventory, but come to find out, they're telling Donald, no, it's not. It's not going to impact our inventory. You got the green light. You could send Tomahawks to them. We're going to be fine, Donald. We got plenty. So, once again, the U.S. Commander hands, according to the 3... Oh, give me a second here. So they are leaving the final political decision in President hands, according to 3 U.S. and European officials familiar with the matter. Now, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief said earlier this month, during a working lunch with Ukrainian President Zelensky at the White House, that he would rather not provide the missiles to Ukraine because we don't want to be giving away things that we need to protect our country. But this information that's coming out right now, they're saying, the Pentagon saying, hey, Donald, we have enough. We have enough. You can send these to Ukraine. The Joint Staff informed the White House of its assessment earlier this month, just before Donald met with Zelensky, who has been pushing for the missiles to more effectively target oil and energy facility deep inside Russia. Tomahawks have a range of around 1,000 miles. The assessment buoyed the U.S. European allies who believe that the U.S. now has fewer excuses not to provide the missile, 2 European officials said. The U.S. commander also said just days before meeting Zelensky that the U.S. has a lot of Tomahawks that it could potentially give to Ukraine. The problem here, it's not about the inventory stuff. It's about how we could get dragged into WW3. Okay, so all these nuke stuff, and now we have to test nuclear equipment on top of sending Tomahawk. That is not sending the right message. That is actually putting us into a really tough situation of WW3. Something that we try to avoid. WW3, again, the consequences to WW3 is brutal. We talking about millions gone. Millions upon millions gone. Millions injured, and it just crops, water, air impacted. Again, that's what people want. Sleeping Giant and European officials were surprised, therefore, when the commander dramatically changed his tone days after saying during opening remarks at a White House working lunch with Zelensky that the U.S. needs the Tomahawks. He then told Zelensky behind closed doors that the U.S. would not be providing them, at least not yet. The U.S. commander decision came one day after he spoke by phone to Putin, who told Donald that Tomahawk could hit major Russian cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, would have no significant impact on the battlefield, but would damage the U.S. and the Bear relationship. And it seems like the relationship is almost gone, because Donald has announced that he is urging the Pentagon to immediately test nuclear. Once again, you have the White House and the Pentagon did not return requests for comment. The U.S. commander has not taken the missiles off the table altogether, sources previously told the news. And the administration has drawn up plans to provide them to Ukraine quickly, should Donald give the order. Donald has also grown so frustrated in recent weeks with Putin's unwillingness to seriously consider peace talk that he approved new U.S. sanctions on the Bear oil firms last week and scrapped for now a planned meeting with Putin in Budapest to discuss Ukraine. The question is, will Donald send those Tomahawks? I have a feeling that he's not going to send it. He's not going to send it. Because, it's just going to provoke this biblical war. While the Pentagon doesn't have concerns about stockpiles, U.S. defense officials are still grappling with how Ukraine will train on and deploy the missiles, officials said. Now, another thing Donald mentioned is that it takes 6 months to learn how to fire Tomahawk. This is not something that you just push a button and that's it. No, again, all this is satellite stuff. And the only one that can push the button is us. Us. Because we have the satellite. They don't. So, again, that's a big issue there. Donald does not want to push the button. It says here there are still several operational issues that would need to be resolved for Ukraine to be able to use the missiles effectively. One outstanding question is how Ukraine will fire the missiles if the U.S. provided them. There you go. I just mentioned that. How? That's a key word. How Ukraine will fire the missiles if the U.S. provided them. All right, so these Tomahawk are most commonly launched from surface ships or submarines. All right, something that Ukraine don't have. But Ukraine's navy is severely depleted, so the missiles will likely need to be launched on land. The Marine Corps and Army have developed ground-based launchers that could be provided to Ukraine. Yeah, that ground-based launcher is going to get hit. The Bear's going to take that thing out. But even if the U.S. did not want to provide the launchers, European officials believe Ukraine could fire out a workaround. One official pointed out that Ukrainian engineers were able to develop a workaround to use the UK-provided Storm Shadow missiles, which was originally designed to be used by modern NATO aircraft and had to be integrated into Ukraine's aging Soviet-era fighter jet fleet. I guess they're referring to the MiG fighters. In a post on X earlier this week, Zelensky said Ukraine hopes to expand its long-range capabilities by the end of this year so that the war can end on fair terms for the country. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Leave comments down below. Should we send these Tomahawks? Global sanctions and our pinpoint precision are particularly syncing up to end this war on terms fair for Ukraine. All deep strike goals must be fully locked in by year's end, including expansion of our long-range footprint. All right, so once again, this is a very important news bombshell report that is coming out. All right, and this is some serious stuff here. Now, once again, Putin warned of long-range strike deep inside the Bear territory. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Tomahawk. Very powerful missile right there. Now, just imagine if Putin sent hypersonic and gives it to Venezuela or Cuba, and then they strike it and hit, let's say, Miami or Times Square or DC. Just imagine that. People's gonna be like, man, that's some serious stuff. But what do you think they're trying to do there? Donald is not trying to get involved in this. All right, so we do have a lot more news coming out, a lot of information when it comes to all these wars and nation against nation. But boy, oh boy, I'm just bringing all this stuff up. Pentagon approves giving Crane long range Tomahawk. The decision is up to the president now. Wow. Donald, are you sure you want to do this? I'm just looking for some more updates here, guys. I'm just looking for some more updates. All right, let me just refresh the page here. If you can, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, I really appreciate it. All right, so give me a second here, guys. I know this other news that I showed you at the very beginning. I'm not seeing any more about the Tomahawks. I want to take it to this one really quick here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to show you some small pieces here. Neptune missiles struck the Bear energy infrastructure. Oil refineries were hit. They were hit. It says here, Ukraine's Navy confirmed that its forces used domestically produced Neptune cruise missiles to strike major of the Bear energy facility overnight on October 31st. Happy Halloween. So it says the missile hit the Oriel thermal power plant and the Novobryansk electrical substation in the Bear Oriel Oblast. The Ukrainian Navy reported both facilities supply power to military industrial plants in the region, and their destruction dealt a serious blow to the occupied logistic. Now, again, the Ukrainian military continues to demonstrate that no enemy near is safe, the Navy added on Telegram. Originally, Neptune was Crane's ground-launched, domestically produced anti-ship rocket with a maximum range of 300 kilometers, which is famously used in April of 2022 to sink the Bear Black Sea flagship, the Moskva. Excuse me, guys. I totally apologize. Crane has since produced a number of upgraded versions. Residents of the city of Oriel previously reported explosion during the night. The Bear opposition news channel Astra said surveillance footage captured the strike on the plant, showing a large blast. Once again, the governor claimed that the power plant was struck by debris from intercepted drones, causing damage to power supply equipment. He also said that no fires or casualties were reported and that emergency services were at work at the scene. Okay. So this is where we are right now. So once again, they are using Neptunes, very powerful missiles. And now there's a lot of talk about Tomahawk and Storm Shadow. Donald, well, the big question is he going to send those Tomahawk? I doubt it. I don't think so. He knows that this thing is going to spark fire. And we the only one that could push the button. So Donald does not want to have that on his conscience. He doesn't want to be responsible for pushing the buttons and innocents are being taken out. So again, this is where we at. I will keep you updated. I got some more videos coming up. Check out the one I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.